Café and Networking Podcast promotes entrepreneurs, startups, authors, business experts throughout the world through all major podcast platforms. I'm Tom Reaoch, an American known as the King of Networking, connecting people and speaking from my studio in Campinas, São Paulo, Brazil. Today we're going to talk with Charlotte Murphy, and she's joining us from Little Rock, Arkansas in the United States. Charlotte, or Char as she's known, is founder, literary agent, and motivational speaker at Believeinspire, a company focused on author coaching, book writing, consulting, mentoring, and motivational speaking. Char, on your LinkedIn profile page, I saw your article titled "The 4 Reasons to Hire an Author Coach Before Writing Your Book in 2022. For our audience, what are the 4 reasons?
Well, thank you for having me, Tom, and good afternoon, Brazil. I would love to visit Brazil sometime. I think that's a beautiful country. All right, so let's go right into this with the 4 reasons to hire an author coach. First of all, the author coach, like I am, helps you plan out your book's timeline and helps you get started or to get unstuck. And I can go into that if we have time, and we also will determine your target audience. We will work through deadlines and set goals. And those are 2 very important things to keep the book on track. I will also provide a fresh perspective on your book if you've already started it. It is important to have an author coach to explore character development, storyline development, and flow is something I am big on. Flow. Everything must flow together.
Well, if it doesn't, it gets stuck, and then you have to push.
Yes, absolutely. We don't want to have to push it through. I've had to do that a few times, and that's okay. As long as we end up in flow, then that's where we want to go. I also do content development, and help refine the story and bring out what the author really wants to convey through their story, whatever that might be. We want to make that clear and, again, in flow.
Well, you also help people not, what I see, and I'm part of that myself, it's really to start, to get your first foot forward and to decide on writing a book is the big challenge. So I see we have 2 types of people, those who think they can't write and others who may be in the middle of the process, and writing a book is a process. So do you help the beginners or do you help people who think they know where they're going?
Both, and that's a very good question. I'm glad you brought it up because I was going to say the exact same thing. Yes, I work with people that think they know exactly how to do it, and they think they know exactly what they want to say and how they should say it. And sometimes that's a little sticking point because we become attached to our stories, and it's hard to give up that control. Of course, the author has control of their story. They tell me what their goals are with their book and what they want to accomplish, who they believe their audience is.
Right.
And then, I will help them even refine that even more. And then there's those, like you say, that don't know if they can do it. Right. And that's also, yes. And that is I like to help those people almost, I love to help them both, but someone that really is unsure of their abilities, and when I set their practices, and they start writing. We start small, and then, and then build on what they're writing. And then they are able to gain confidence in their own writing ability. And the next thing you know, the story comes together and they have a book and it's published.
So it's
And
not only step by step, it's page by page, right?
it can be. It really can be. Yes. And I'm also a line editor, and I go through,
Right.
line by line, and we talk about everything. It's pretty detailed work.
Well, I know. I've been there, and that's my suggestion. Sometimes we have to get out of ourself. Sometimes we're our biggest barrier. And,
Yes.
and we all think, and I think, I thought I knew everything until I found out I didn't.
Right.
Because it is a process, and I agree with you. In any process,
Yes.
any business, anything we plan to do, we do need help. But how can our listeners find you?
Your listeners can find me best on LinkedIn. That is where I spend when when I have time to be on social media. That is where I am. And they can send me a direct message there, or they can go to my website, which is believeinspire.us.
Mm-hmm.
And Believeinspire is BELIEVEINSPIRE, and then the .us. And yes, and there is a contact button on there to contact me directly. So that works well.
Very good. Well, Char, I want to thank you for sharing your time, and success in the future for you and everybody looking for your help.
Thank you so much, Tom. I'm going to come to Brazil. I'm going to look you up.
Well, you can come. You'll find me, and you're always welcome. All right.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Okay, you too.
Okay.
And
Thank
again,
you.
for our listeners, remember you can find more information on LinkedIn, and it's Charlotte, CharLotte. And the last name is Murphy, MURPHY, or as she likes to be called, Char, CHAR. Or again, Believeinspire.us. Café and Networking is brought to us by Focus MI Market Intelligence, an agricultural market research specialist in Brazil, and more information on their website, www.focusmi.com. Thanks for listening. Until the next time here at Café and Networking Podcast.